Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me, lovely to see you. So today we're going to be working on a bit of the Edith Holden project. So you haven't seen the video for any of this yet because I wanted to sort of put things up in order of how they should go really. Because I started making this up and I got a bit stuck as to what I was going to have here. I didn't want to cover up this daisy, so I just wanted something in the bottom section. And I wanted it to be kind of like a fold out writing spot pocket tuck thing. And I was umming and ahhing about exactly what I wanted. And a video from Crafty Ali Creates popped up just the other day actually. It was basically the perfect thing, the thing that I was after. So I just thought we would make up that. I think Alison might have been inspired by somebody else for her video, but I will link Alison's video because that is where I saw it. I have changed it up a little bit just to suit me and how I'm having the file folder, but for the most part it is based on her. So check out her original video. This is how I'm going to do it in the Edith Holden theme. So, and we're going to use, yay, some little scraps. So I've got everything inked and cut down to size already, and that's just for my own sanity and yours more than anything. So what you start with is you start with a book page. Any book page will do, just we're going to be, covering it up and whatnot, so just, a decent book page. Now in Alison's video, she originally had the book page folded completely in half. I'm having mine slightly offset just to suit what I wanted and the envelopes that I've got. So that's your base. You then also have a second book page. Now in her video she had it landscape and she simply folded up the bottom so you get like a pocket, and then she folded it in half so that the pocket went the way across. So she had 4 pockets, so she had one here and here, there and there. I'm doing mine slightly differently, so I've got mine, my book page up to the crease mark, so basically up to like the front cover, if you want to call it that, and then folded up. So what we're going to have here is a pocket here and here. The whole thing will be a pocket, and then here I'm actually going to have like a flip up skinny notepad that I like to do. So that's that. And then we also want an envelope for this front piece because that's going to serve as an individual pocket as well. In Alison's video she used a junk mail window envelope. I'm not for mine, but that's just because I've already got 3 windows in the file folder and I think a 4th one's probably a little bit overkill for me, for my project. So I'm going to have, really it's just a bog standard envelope. I think this came with a pack of like moving house new home invitations that I got from a charity shop, and I've just cut it down to size so that we can fit this on there. Okay, I know that was a lot of talking, but as I say, check out Alison's video if you want like a proper tutorial. Mine is more just this is how I'm doing it. I have got my window open because it's a bit warm in here, so I'm hoping it's not too loud. I'm sorry if it is, but I'll try to talk up. Okay, so I think the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to start on the front, just to get that envelope down. So as I say, everything is already inked and cut, and that's just really for my own, well, my sanity and yours. So I think I'm going to get this matted first, and then I can put a thumb notch in it before gluing it down. So I have this piece for my envelope, just a little scrap offcut that I had. I think I said in my part 1 of the actually making the file folder, I did say I wanted something that uses up a lot of scraps because I just had a lot of things left over from cutting down tags to size and whatnot. So if I can use up scraps in the process, that makes me very happy. Okay. So we've got our top loader envelope, so we're open at the top just there. And I'm going to move it over to the left because I'm actually going to put some lace or some crochet down the right hand side. So I think I'm happy with it being there. I know my mattings are not perfect, doesn't bother me. That has taken some getting used to. Alright, and then I'm just going to put a thumb notch in the top of the envelope. Might need to go in with some extra glue in, the usual story, but for now that should be fine. You'll be happy to hear I'm just doing the one on video because as I say, it's a take on something that's already out there and whatnot. I know that's not exactly in the middle, but it's just because I'm you know, I'm using the lace down the side, so I think that should sort that out. And I'm just gonna add some ink because I don't want to bother lining the envelope or anything. I don't think that's needed. And I just felt something pop up here. These envelopes are so old. They were just in a charity shop, you know, and yeah, they're quite old, so the glue is not, I think the glue on the envelope is, you know, not lost its stick. But we're going to glue this whole piece down, so it's not anything to worry about. So I'm just going to check, I might want a wider lace, but I just want to check. Yeah, I think if I were to use a wider lace, then that thumb notch will be nicely in the middle. Or I might just come in a second one, just to see if I can even that up a bit. Just to help slightly, you know. As I say, I'm not striving for perfection. Okay, so we have that. So that's going to go on the front there. So I think we'll just get this whole piece glued down. Yeah, as I say, this idea just popped up on Alison's channel, well, just the other day, and I sort of watched the video. I watch most of her videos actually, and well, it looked like pretty much exactly what I was looking for. I had been playing around with paper myself to, you know, to try to find something that I liked. But yeah, I saw this idea and thought, that's it, that'll do nicely, I think. Okay, so there we are, we have our pocket in the top there. So that's that piece. And then inside we're going to have this. So I'm going to get this text page glued down in the back. I think I'll probably add a little bit of embellishment to this piece, but you know, the whole thing, but not very much, because I want the Edith Holden images will be, you know, doing the talking for me. But I'll add like maybe a label on the front or a little fussy cut here where this is a little bit, you know, there's the writing stops, that kind of thing, so minimal. So this is going to be our double pocket in the front. So for that, I've got some greenery, again just a little scrap, so let's get that popped in. So yeah, a great way to use up your scraps of paper as well. I'm obviously doing mine in an Edith Holden theme, but Alison did hers using you know, whichever digital she was working with at the time. So, you know, don't feel like you have to use book pages for this. You could do it with digitals, because at the end of the day you're just using a plain book page that you're then fancying up with your pretty papers. And if you can use scraps in the same in the same breath, then that's always going to be helpful, isn't it? Okay, and then I've got this piece for the front here. As I say, I only did the cutting and inking beforehand just because otherwise I spend half the video trying to make my mind up over what I want, and the chopper's really loud, and I just thought, let's keep things simple today and just simply, yeah, get them glued down, and hopefully this will be giving you some ideas as to, you know, what you might want to make. I think I've got a little bit of overhang on this piece. So let me just cut the bottom here. Careful not to cut my pocket. Okay, let me just sort that. So that's going to go there. Make sure that's, yep, that should be fine. So let's get the pocket glued up. So we're just going to glue the two sides of this bottom flap, like that. So whilst that's drying, we'll get this piece in. So this is where I want to have like a scrappy notepad. Might take a little bit off the bottom just to make that fit a bit better, but we'll see in a second. Yeah, so I'm going to have a little scrappy notepad on this piece, one that you can lift up so you can still see the writing underneath, and I purposefully picked this piece because it's got the little, you know, the beehive. You know, when you lift up the notepad, you'd be able to see that as some decoration. Just want to make sure that's not in the crease. Okay, there we go. So I want to have that there. Sort of didn't go down far enough, so I'm thinking I might take some off the front. Does mean I'll have to re-glue my envelope bottom, but I'd probably prefer that than to have everything not in line. That's the perils of not measuring. So I'm just going to take this to my trimmer, and I'm just going to trim off a piece off the bottom, and then probably we'll have to glue up that envelope again, but I'll just be 2 secs. Okay, that's trimmed down. So I just had to re-glue up the envelope on the front. So if you're going to make this and you're not a fan of measuring, maybe get the inside pieces sorted before you do the front. But I think it will be fine, and we're going to have some lace down there anyway, so I think all will be fine. Okay, so we've got this piece, which, yeah, still looks fine. So we're going to glue this one as a pocket as well. So we're going to glue this one on 3 sides. Just on the front here. As I say, if you want a proper tutorial, check out Alison's video. Mine is just a, well, trying the idea out type video. Okay, so we've got a pocket on the front in the envelope. We'll have a pocket, once it's dry, Justine, pocket here and a pocket here, and then we can glue this whole piece down and have this be a pocket if we want to. So now I think I want to get the crochet on. So I want a wider piece, so let me do these two first, I thought about having some crochet along here, because I've done that for the paper bag pocket in the file folder, so it will tie in nicely with that. And also I think it just finishes off the edges of pockets nicely as well. Okay, so I'm just going to run a bead along here. Oops. Glue is a little bit gloopy today. Okay, that's that one. As I say, I like the crochet look with Edith Holden pockets, because I just feel like it really finishes off that border nicely. Might have been a little bit stingy with the glue though, so might grab some more. It's a really muggy day today. It's you know, it's grey and overcast, but it's really muggy, like that humid, hot sort of temperature. But yeah, the sun's been shining a lot recently, so it's probably nice to have a bit of different weather, break from the sun. And to be honest, I'm kind of hoping it rains later, because then our flowers and grass and plants and whatnot can get a much needed long drink. That's what I love about this country is, you know, we complain about the rain and whatnot, but our country is so green and luscious because of the rain. So I actually enjoy the rain for that reason. And if I'm indoors, especially crafting or reading a book or something, if it's raining and you can hear the rain, oh, it's just, for me, it's heaven. Really, really nice. Okay, so that's that. Sorry if you can hear my neighbours, they're a bit loud today. So that's those two pockets done. So I want some wider crochet for the front, because kind of feels like I want to cover this butterfly, because I had to cut through that for the size piece, and I suppose not. I'm just going to see what it will be like with a wider piece of crochet. If not, then I'll just use the same. Okay, so yeah, I opted for the thinner crochet, the same crochet. I think that just about covers up that butterfly enough, and goes with those two. So as I say, I'm going to have a skinny notepad there, but I also want to have a look at some embellishments. So I've got a piece here which I would like to have a label, just to finish off that corner whilst looking like it's part of sort of goes with everything. I do like to use Tracy Fox's labels with Edith Holden. I think they go really quite nicely together. They've got the kind of that vintage vibe, and obviously all the botanicals goes well with labels, I think. So do like to do it. I bought a different set of Tracy Fox's labels. So this is from the other set. I've got a couple of them now, so I use them so much, so I thought, yeah, might as well. So I've got a blank space here. I think that will be just fine. Might add something else to this. Might add another butterfly. I'm going to have a butterfly up there. But I don't know, potentially I want something else there. And then I want to cover up this blank space here. Obviously you will see this when the piece is closed, so let me just, something like that maybe. would be nice, so let's go for that. I have to think about how I'm going to attach the skinny notepad. I can't decide whether to glue it in, glue the pieces together, or staple them or sew them. I'm leaning towards stapling, to be honest, but I'm also leaning towards having it so that the pad is removable, so that somebody would be more likely to use it. Okay, looks nice, doesn't it? Right, let's think about this notepad, and I don't know, I'm just going to see what it would be like with another butterfly, but it's probably butterfly overload. Or the alternative, oops, is another little label. Yeah, I'm thinking another little label might be nice. This is the wrong colour, but something like that. So I'll have a look. Yes, I'll have a look, and we'll sort that. So yeah, I think we want to have a removable notepad. So I need a strip of card or paper that will go with this. For that, I could use my scraps of Edith Holden or my scraps of scrapbook paper. So I'll just be 2 secs. Okay, I'm back. I decided on this label, I think, so that the numbers are kind of mirrored in the corners. And then I've decided I'm going to do, I'm going to staple the notepad together, but I'm going to make it a removable notepad. So for that, I'm going to use a little bit of scrap of paper so that the notepad can just be slid in and out. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, liking this. So I've just got a scrap of scrapbook paper, just an offcut, and I liked that it mirrored the green, so I'm going to use that. So I'm going to glue it on 2 sides so that it acts as a belly band. If you watch me regularly, you would have seen me do this before. As I say, I have changed up the idea of this whole piece from Alice's video. So if you'd like to see the original variation of what she did, where she had pockets the whole way across, then do check out her video. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that to dry a second. So I've got some offcuts. Now I might need to trim them down a little bit, but we'll see. Actually, in fact, I am going to trim them down because they're a little bit untidy, I think. They're just scraps of vintage paper that I've just folded over like so. But yeah, I'm just going to trim along the side there just to tidy them up a bit. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm actually going to, normally I would sew across the top, but I don't really want to go to my sewing machine at the moment because it's, you know, just for this, because it's well, it's surrounded by a few things at the moment. So I thought I would go with this. And I'm wondering if we were to use the same crochet that we've been using to hide the staples. That looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So I'm going to do that. As I say, it is removable, so once somebody has used this up, they can replace it anyway. And because of that, it kind of becomes, well, if they don't like the way, if they don't like the way that I've done it, they can just, you know, take it out straight away and make it the way that they want it. because it is removable. So yeah, keep things simple today. As I say, I'm only making the one piece because well, I didn't want the video to be really long, because I've had quite a few longish videos recently, so I thought give us all a break. And also I don't know how my second file folder is going to go, whether it will be exactly the same as the first one, I'm not sure. So yeah, those staples are not completely hidden. I'm actually going to see if I can just flatten them down a bit. Don't know if that will work. So will we fit, let's see. Probably should have checked that before putting the crochet on. Let's see. I'm just going to slip my bone folder in, just to give it a little bit of extra room, because I think the glue spread a little bit. That should make it a bit easier. Ah, perfect. There we are. Yeah, I might put a little bit of extra glue on there. There. And then maybe like a stamp. You know, like an ink stamp. Just to decorate that up, because that looks a little bit plain now. But yeah, it's removable. And I haven't covered this up because I really like this little beehive. So I'm going to keep that. So yeah, that's everything, I think. That's the piece made, is it? Might add a little bit extra to the front. We might just, oh, I know. I just want to see, I've got a butterfly that has been floating around. I know we've got a butterfly there, so it might not be the right thing. Just want to see. What do you think? Is it too much butterfly? I think that does help, so I'm going to do it. There we go. I think that'll be everything, other than obviously we need to fill the pockets, but I have no idea what I'm putting in them just yet, so I'll leave it like that for now. Like that. Yeah, I think that second butterfly has just a bit of extra decoration, isn't it? I really like that. Oh, that's so nice. So, just as a recap then, so we've got the pocket in the front for a long finish tag, so that's from the envelope. Flip out, we've got our removable scrappy notepad. Pocket there and a pocket there, and then I'm going to glue the whole piece on 3 sides, because the whole thing can be a pocket. For the space that I've got in the file folder, I've got lots of room to play with. If you were, if you were doing this for a normal journal, you might want it to be narrower. I think this measures about 5.5 across. So yeah, you probably want it narrower for a normal journal. But as I say, the folds were really simple with that book page. So if you have a look at Alison's video, you can see the original. And then from there you can change it up. So, she had a whole front cover, a window envelope. I've just got a little piece like that. And then, yeah, I'm really happy with that. So that will go in my file folder. And if I want to add more embellishments to it, I can. Like, yeah, I do think a little stamp there might help. But other than that, I think I'm done. So thanks so much for joining me for that little make. I probably should have made 2 because I kind of like the idea now. So I might sit here and make another one, but I'll do that off camera. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this idea. Oh, I just love working with the Edith Holden images, I really do. And yeah, I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.